Action.
Action, go.
So where do we start with Mike Tavener? We could talk about his fishing experiences, but that would be a short story and pretty uneventful. My story with Mike starts when he and a group of his RDs or other Keller Williams guys were talking about starting a market center up in Alaska, and they were looking for a place to go fishing at the same time. And Mike was doing a search on the internet, and he found our fishing lodge on there. And then at the time we were one of the top agents at Prudential. So Mike called Nancy and I and asked us if we wanted to meet with them. We met with them at the Sea Galley restaurant, which that place has a lot of stories that are associated with Mike also. But suffice to say that we solved a lot of problems at that little watering hole. But anyway, when Mike talked to us about Keller Williams, we were pretty excited about it. We didn't really hear anything from anybody until January of 2006. And at that time, somebody called us and said, do you want to come down to the family reunion? And we went down to Las Vegas and met Mike and the rest of the guys and talked about the possibility of starting in Alaska. We were pretty excited about it, and Mike was excited about it. And so he and Bobby flew up here in the early days when we were just trying to get our core group together. And I had them holed up in a hotel here in Anchorage, and I had them in a back room where there was a door that went out of their hotel room out the back of the hotel. And so I would take some of the agents in to meet with them, and then I would meet other agents in the front of the hotel, and then they would let me know when they were finished, and so I'd bring the other ones back. But it was quite hysterical for a few days, just all the people coming and going, and practically every top agent in town came through there, and Mike and Bobby got to know all the agents of Anchorage basically. And they did a really good job of creating relationships with those people. A lot of those people ended up joining the company, and it was just a pretty unique experience. I was glad to be part of it. Anyway, Mike and Bobby, as you probably know, they like to fish a lot. It's kind of a sad story because Mike doesn't really know how to fish very well. You know, he's one of those type of guys that shows up with the brand new fishing pole and all the gear with the tags hanging off of it and everything. I mean, he looks great, but the problem is catching fish, you know. It's just like, kind of reminds me of when we went down to Key West one time together, and so we went out to go fishing with the guide down there, and the guide got some chum from one of the shrimp boats, and he was kind of chumming the water so the tuna would come up to the surface, and then Bobby and I were just nailing them with the fly rod. And somehow Tavener got the idea that he should help the guide, so he goes over and starts puking over the side and helping him chum. And Bobby and I were like, we were feeling really bad for Tavener, but we're sitting here yanking in tuna left and right. So anyway, but to hand it to Tav, he did stay out there, and I don't know if any of you've ever been seasick, but it's pretty tough to stay out on a boat with it rocking and stuff, and the other people on the boat drinking beer and catching fish. It's not a very good situation. But anyway, thanks Tav for hanging in there with us. Basically, I just wanted to say that, you know, meeting Tav, you know, he's like one of those people that you meet once in a lifetime, and they can change your life. And anyway, like we say, Tav walks the talk. He has actually changed many lives, probably a lot of them right here in this room tonight. And we're glad to be part of this. We're glad to be part of Tav's life, and we're glad to be part of all of your guys' lives. So thanks for inviting us to be with you. So we'll talk to you guys later.